Have you ever wondered how to navigate relationships in your later years, especially when some connections seem more draining than enriching? As we age, the relationships we nurture become even more precious. However, not all connections are healthy, and certain individuals, sometimes even family, can negatively impact our emotional well-being. In this video, we'll explore 5 types of people you should consider avoiding as you embrace your golden years. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for maintaining peace, protecting energy, and ensuring a fulfilling life. You won't want to miss the powerful insights we'll cover, so stay with us until the end to discover how to create a supportive circle that uplifts and nurtures your well-being. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's get started. 1. The Manipulator. As we navigate the later stages of life, the pursuit of peace, emotional stability, and genuine connections takes on even greater significance. In these moments, we yearn for relationships that nurture and support, providing comfort and balance. Yet, there are individuals, manipulators, who often operate from a place of hidden needs, cloaked in the guise of dependency, affection, or vulnerability. Their actions may initially appear harmless auras. They seemingly lean on you for help or attention. Manipulators are adept at appealing to your natural nurturing instincts, especially if you've spent a lifetime being a source of support for others. They tend to detect when you have a generous heart, one that thrives on giving and caring. However, their reliance on your goodwill doesn't remain benign for long. Gradually, this reliance transforms into something far more harmful, draining your emotional reserves and leaving you feeling depleted. Imagine this. You're enjoying a peaceful afternoon, perhaps sipping your coffee, reflecting on the beauty and simplicity of life well lived. The silence is comforting, and you're savoring the sense of freedom that comes with retirement or a slower pace of life. Suddenly, the phone rings. It's a relative or a friend, someone who needs just one more favor. They might ask for a ride, a loan, or help with an errand that, on the surface, seems manageable. At first, you oblige, convinced that this is a small gesture of kindness, an act of compassion in response to a fleeting need. But then, something shifts. The requests begin to come more frequently, each one subtly framed as an urgent need, a crisis, or a responsibility that only you can resolve. Over time, you notice the pattern. They call only when they need something. Worse still, they seem to hint, or sometimes outright state, that if you don't help, you're being selfish or neglectful. This is the hallmark of a manipulator. Their uncanny ability to weaponize guilt, using it to twist your kindness into a sense of obligation. Manipulators understand that your desire for harmony often makes it difficult to set boundaries. They thrive on your hesitation to confront them, relying on the fact that you value peace and don't want to hurt their feelings. However, it's essential to recognize that saying no is not an act of cruelty but rather a crucial form of self-preservation. Your time, energy, and emotional well-being are invaluable, especially in this stage of life. Protecting these resources is not selfish, it's necessary. Setting clear boundaries becomes a powerful way to reclaim control over your life and restore a sense of balance. For instance, if someone repeatedly asks for favors, consider responding calmly and firmly, "I'm sorry, but I'm unable to help this time." You don't need to offer explanations or justifications. Your boundaries are valid simply because they serve to protect your peace and autonomy. Additionally, reflect on the nature of the relationship itself. Ask yourself, does this person truly enrich my life, or do they predominantly take without giving in return? Healthy, fulfilling relationships are built on mutual respect and care, not obligation or guilt. If someone consistently leaves you feeling drained, frustrated, or resentful, it's a clear sign that it may be time to reevaluate their role in your life. As you navigate this chapter of your life, let go of the fear of disappointing others. Your kindness is a precious gift, not something to be exploited or drained. By surrounding yourself with people who respect and value you, you cultivate an environment where your golden years can flourish. Saying no to a manipulator isn't a rejection of love or kindness, it's a commitment to your well-being. And that is a decision worth making, without hesitation, every time. 2. The self-absorbed, the narcissist. Life in our later years is meant to be a time of reflection, growth, and connection. A time to savor memories, nurture relationships, and leave a legacy built on shared wisdom and meaningful experiences. Yet, not all connections nourish the soul or enrich our lives. Some relationships, especially those with self-absorbed individuals, can leave us feeling unseen, undervalued, and emotionally drained. These individuals, often referred to as narcissists, operate with a fundamental need for attention, admiration, and validation, often at the expense of others. Picture this. You sit down with a family member or a close friend, eager to share a story from your past, perhaps a cherished memory that has brought you joy and comfort. As you begin to speak, they interrupt, effortlessly steering the conversation toward their own experiences. You try again, only to have the focus shifted back to them once more. Over time, this dynamic begins to feel exhausting. Conversations that should be a mutual exchange of stories and emotions become one-sided performances, leaving you feeling invisible and unheard. Narcissists, whether they intend to be harmful or not, often operate in this self-centered way, driven by a deep-seated need for attention and validation. They may not realize the impact their behavior has on others, but the result is the same. Their overwhelming presence eclipses your own. For seniors, who have lived long, rich lives full of experiences, this kind of relationship can be especially painful. Having accumulated a wealth of stories, lessons, and emotions, you deserve to share these moments with people who are genuinely invested in listening, understanding, and valuing what you have to offer. Yet, narcissistic individuals tend to be so consumed by their own needs that they leave little room for authentic connection or mutual respect. They tend to prioritize their narrative, dismissing your experiences as insignificant or unimportant, and creating a dynamic where you feel more like a backdrop to their life than a participant in your own story. Recognizing narcissistic behavior is the first step toward protecting your emotional well-being. Narcissists often possess charm and charisma, traits that initially draw people in and can make their self-centered tendencies easy to overlook. However, as the relationship progresses, their inability to empathize, understand, or support others becomes more apparent. They may dismiss your achievements, minimize your struggles, or completely ignore your needs while expecting you to be enthusiastic about their triumphs and constantly available to cater to their desires. This one-sided dynamic is not only draining but deeply unfair. The key to navigating relationships with narcissistic individuals lies in setting healthy boundaries. Boundaries are not about cutting people out of your life entirely, though in some cases that might be necessary, but about creating space where you can protect your time, energy, and emotional well-being. For instance, if a narcissist consistently redirects conversations away from you, gently steer them back by asserting your thoughts. "I'd like to finish what I was saying." If they dismiss your feelings, calmly affirm your perspective. "I hear what you're saying, but this moment is important to me." Remember, their behavior reflects their limitations, not their worth. Narcissists often struggle to see others clearly, but that does not diminish your value or the importance of your thoughts and experiences. Your stories matter, your emotions matter, and you matter. The relationships that nourish your soul are those rooted in genuine connection, whether with friends, family, or community members, who genuinely care about your well-being, who celebrate your life, and who offer empathy and respect. Letting go of the need to please a narcissist can be profoundly liberating. It allows you to focus on relationships that truly matter, ones built on mutual care and respect. Life, especially in these later years, is too precious to invest in one-sided connections that drain your energy and leave you feeling undervalued. By prioritizing those who see and value you for who you are, you create a circle of support that mirrors the richness and beauty of your life journey. In these moments of clarity, remind yourself, your stories matter, your feelings matter, and most importantly, you matter. Don't let anyone diminish that truth, not even the most self-absorbed individuals in your life. By valuing yourself and your worth, you set the standard for how others should treat you. That is the foundation of a life well lived, one filled with authentic connections and a sense of purpose. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 3. The Critic. As we navigate the later chapters of life, one of the greatest gifts we can possess is the freedom to live authentically, embracing who we are, the paths we've walked, and the wisdom we've accumulated along the way. Yet, among the treasures we hold, there often lurks a subtle threat, the critic. Critics are individuals who seem to derive satisfaction from pointing out flaws, whether intentional or not, often under the guise of offering advice. Their voices, though seemingly small, can wield a powerful and often damaging influence. Critics come in many forms. They may be a close friend, always ready with a remark about your appearance or choices. It could be a family member who questions your decisions, casting doubt over your judgment. Or even a neighbor who, perhaps well-meaning, can't seem to resist offering unsolicited feedback on your life. These critics, often unaware of the depth of their impact, express their insecurities by highlighting what they perceive as flaws or shortcomings in others. In isolation, their comments may seem trivial, a passing remark about your clothes, your hobbies, or how you spend your time. However, when taken together, these seemingly small instances of criticism can accumulate, creating an atmosphere of constant judgment and self-doubt. The harm done by their words lies not only in the content of what they say, but in the way those words can erode self-esteem, leaving you feeling inadequate or unsure of your worth. What's particularly poignant is that the criticism from others often reflects their struggles with self-worth rather than any actual faults of yours. Critics tend to project their fears, doubts, and insecurities onto those around them, finding relief in pointing out what they believe is wrong as a way to avoid confronting their imperfections. However, this doesn't make their words any less hurtful or impactful. Despite knowing that criticism may stem from the critic's internal struggles, the impact on your self-perception can still feel real and profound. After a life filled with triumphs, challenges, and meaningful experiences, no one deserves to feel as though they are falling short. You've lived through joys, heartbreaks, and moments of perseverance, and those life experiences have shaped who you are in ways that no one can diminish. This truth, the essence of who you are, is something no critic has the power to take away. The first step in dealing with critics is to become aware of the value of their feedback. Not all criticism is created equal. Ask yourself, is the feedback constructive? Does it come from a place of care and respect? If not, then it's wise to let it go. You do not need to carry their negativity as a burden. Holding on to their words can only hinder your peace and sense of self-worth. For example, if a family member constantly critiques your retirement choices or the way you spend your time, you could respond with quiet confidence, saying, "Thank you for your thoughts, but I'm content with the life I've built." This simple yet empowering statement affirms your autonomy while setting necessary boundaries. It helps remind you that you are in control of your own life and decisions. Another effective approach is to redirect the conversation from negativity toward something more positive. Critics often thrive on the attention given to their criticisms. By shifting the focus to your accomplishments and strengths, you remind both yourself and others of your inherent value. If someone points out a perceived mistake or flaw, responding with something like, "That's one perspective, but I'm proud of what I've accomplished," can gently steer the conversation away from their doubts and toward your sense of pride and self-worth. Surrounding yourself with supportive people is equally crucial. Seek relationships that uplift and celebrate your achievements. Whether it's friends who share your passions, a community that values your contributions, or a trusted confidant who listens and encourages you, nurturing these connections can drown out the voices of criticism. Positive relationships create a brighter space in your life, helping you hold on to a sense of worth and joy. Ultimately, critics only have the power over you that you choose to give them. Their opinions are just that, opinions. They do not define your worth, your accomplishments, or your happiness. By letting go of their negativity and embracing your own story with confidence, you free yourself to live with peace and purpose. Life is too precious to be spent worrying about others' judgments. Cherish the moments that bring you joy, the people who truly appreciate and see the beauty in who you are, and the memories that reflect the richness of your life. You are enough, always have been, always will be. No critic, no matter how loud or persistent, can take that truth from you. By embracing who you are and focusing on your strengths, you release yourself from their shadows and step into the freedom to live fully, joyfully, and authentically. 4. The irresponsible. In the golden years of life, a time when the burdens of past responsibilities begin to ease, it becomes increasingly important to cherish the peace and balance you've worked so hard to cultivate. However, one of the greatest challenges during this phase is managing relationships with irresponsible individuals. These individuals, whether they are family members, friends, or acquaintances, often have a way of pulling you into their chaos, leaving you emotionally drained and, at times, financially burdened. Their lack of accountability can disrupt the tranquility you've strived for, turning what should be a time of personal fulfillment into one of frustration and constant intervention. Imagine this scenario. A family member constantly finds themselves in financial trouble, making poor decisions, or repeatedly entangled in personal conflicts. Time and again, they come to you, expecting you to provide solutions or bail them out of situations they've created. They offer promises of change, assuring you that this will be the last time they seek your help, yet the cycle continues. You find yourself exhausted, wondering whether your support is truly beneficial or if it merely perpetuates their lack of responsibility. Irresponsibility goes beyond simple neglect or disregard of duties. It extends into shifting the consequences of one's actions onto others. These individuals often exploit your kindness and generosity, particularly if they are younger relatives or those you've nurtured and cared for in the past. Over time, this dependence can feel less like a genuine relationship and more like an expectation, leaving you carrying burdens that aren't yours to bear. Whether it's financial support, emotional labor, or even logistical assistance, they rely heavily on your willingness to step in, often without consideration for the toll it takes on your well-being. It's essential to understand that while compassion and kindness are valuable qualities, they must be balanced with self-respect and discernment. Offering help to someone who refuses to take responsibility for their actions doesn't just drain your energy. It stunts their growth and prevents them from maturing into responsible individuals. Accountability is a vital life skill that can only be developed when a person faces the natural consequences of their choices. By continually stepping in to rescue them, you deny them the opportunity to reflect, learn, and evolve. Setting boundaries with irresponsible individuals is not an act of cruelty. It is an act of love, for yourself and them. Begin by recognizing your limits and understanding that you are not obligated to solve problems that aren't yours. If someone consistently asks for financial assistance, for example, consider responding with a gentle yet firm approach. "I'm sorry, but I'm not in a position to assist with this. Perhaps you could explore other options." This not only protects your resources but also empowers them to seek alternative solutions, encouraging personal responsibility. It's equally important to resist the guilt that often accompanies boundary setting. Irresponsible individuals frequently use guilt as a manipulation tactic, making you feel as though your refusal to help implies a lack of care. However, this is far from the truth. Your compassion can be expressed in other, healthier ways, offering advice, providing emotional support, or simply being present in their lives without taking on their burdens. Your role is not to solve their problems, to guide them toward finding their solutions. As you continue navigating these relationships, prioritize your well-being above all. Your golden years are meant to be filled with joy, exploration, and self-care, not the constant weight of others' choices. Surround yourself with individuals who respect your boundaries and appreciate the support you can offer. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, understanding, and reciprocity, not one-sided dependence. Take a moment to reflect on the life you've lived and the valuable lessons you've learned along the way. You've faced challenges, made sacrifices, and triumphed over obstacles to reach this stage of life. Don't let the irresponsibility of others overshadow the peace you've earned through your hard work and perseverance. By setting clear limits and focusing on your own needs, you create an environment where both you and those around you can thrive. Letting go of the need to rescue others is not selfish. It is a recognition of your self-worth and the value of your time. Embrace this truth. You are not responsible for fixing everything. By stepping back, you allow the irresponsible to step up. In doing so, you reclaim your peace, your energy, and your joy, ensuring that your golden years are filled with the moments you deserve. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. 5. The ungrateful. As we journey through life, one of the most profound joys we experience is giving. Whether it's our time, wisdom, or love, there's an innate satisfaction in knowing that our efforts have contributed to someone else's well-being. Giving is a reflection of the love we've nurtured over the years, a way to leave a positive impact on the lives of those we care about. However, nothing stings quite as much as the silence of ungratefulness, where our kindness goes unnoticed, or worse, is met with criticism. The sting of ingratitude can leave us feeling devalued, disheartened, and questioning our worth. Ungrateful individuals have an uncanny ability to diminish the joy that comes from giving. Picture this. You've spent hours preparing a heartfelt holiday meal, pouring your energy into each dish, only to hear complaints about the food or remarks about how it wasn't as good as it used to be. Or maybe you've gone out of your way to help a friend, rearranging your day to accommodate their needs, only to be met with indifference, as though your effort was expected rather than appreciated. These encounters leave a void, turning once joyful moments of connection into painful reminders of feeling unseen and taken for granted. What makes ingratitude so painful isn't just the lack of acknowledgement, it's the message it sends. It tells us that our time, energy, and care are not valued. Over time, this unappreciation can weigh heavily on our hearts, creating doubts about our significance, and leaving us questioning if our efforts are truly worth it. But here's a crucial truth. The ungratefulness of others is not a reflection of your worth. Their inability to recognize your efforts speaks more to their limitations and lack of understanding, rather than diminishing the value of what you offer. Dealing with the ungrateful, a path of self-awareness and courage. Confronting the feelings of disappointment caused by ungratefulness requires both self-awareness and courage. It begins with recognizing and acknowledging your own emotions, validating the hurt and frustration without brushing them aside. It's okay to feel disappointed when someone fails to appreciate your efforts. Those emotions are genuine, and denying them would only suppress your truth. However, what becomes even more significant is how you choose to respond to those feelings. One empowering step is to evaluate the relationships where ungratefulness is a recurring theme. Ask yourself these key questions. Does this person add value to my life? Do they respect me and the efforts I make for them? If the answers to these questions lean toward no, it may be time to set boundaries. Setting boundaries doesn't necessarily mean cutting someone out entirely, but it does involve limiting how much time, energy, and emotional investment you dedicate to that relationship. For example, if a family member repeatedly fails to show appreciation, consider scaling back on how much you go out of your way to support them. Instead, focus on nurturing connections with those who reciprocate kindness with warmth and gratitude. When these boundaries are questioned, you can respond calmly, explaining, "I've realized I need to focus more on things that bring me joy and fulfillment. I hope you can understand. This isn't about punishing others, but rather protecting yourself from continued disappointment." Redirecting your energy toward those who truly value you. Another vital practice is redirecting your energy toward relationships with those who truly value and appreciate you. Seek out friends, neighbors, or community members who uplift you, offering gratitude and warmth in return. These are the connections that can nourish your spirit, reminding you of the joy in giving without the need for recognition. By fostering relationships with individuals who cherish your efforts, you'll find that giving becomes more meaningful. Their gratitude will uplift you, reinforcing the beauty of your kindness and reminding you that acts of generosity are valuable, even when not always acknowledged. Reflecting on why you give. A foundation of genuine generosity. True generosity doesn't stem from a desire for recognition or validation. It comes from a place of love and care, a desire to make a positive impact in the lives of others, regardless of whether that impact is acknowledged. When we shift our focus toward the joy we experience in giving itself, rather than the response we receive, we can find peace even when faced with ingratitude. However, this doesn't mean tolerating disrespect or exploitation. Your kindness is a gift, not a given, and it should be treated with respect. By holding on to this truth, you protect your energy and ensure that the love and care you extend are cherished and valued by those who are capable of recognizing their worth. Ultimately, the journey of dealing with the ungrateful isn't just about protecting yourself. It's about rediscovering your value, embracing self-respect, and finding peace in the quiet acts of love and generosity that make life meaningful. Protecting your peace, the gift you owe yourself. As we navigate the later chapters of life, our priorities naturally shift. We seek peace, connection, and fulfillment, treasuring the moments and relationships that truly matter. Protecting your emotional well-being isn't just important, it's essential. The people we choose to surround ourselves with play a significant role in shaping our experience. They have the power to either lift our spirits or weigh us down. Recognizing who belongs in your life is an act of wisdom and self-respect. Avoiding toxic relationships, whether they are marked by manipulation, selfishness, criticism, irresponsibility, or ingratitude, is not an act of selfishness. On the contrary, it is an expression of self-love. Setting clear boundaries is not about exclusion but about creating space for your well-being. When you set boundaries, you allow yourself the freedom to embrace joy and peace, and pursue relationships that foster genuine warmth and reciprocity. Throughout your life, you've dedicated yourself to nurturing, supporting, and caring for others. It's now time to extend that same care and love to yourself. Reflect on the life you've built, the lessons you've learned, and the experiences that have shaped you. You've weathered challenges, celebrated triumphs, and accumulated a wealth of wisdom. These experiences have made you the remarkable person you are today. Don't allow the negativity of others to overshadow the beauty of your journey. Instead, make a conscious choice to fill your remaining years with relationships that honor your worth and respect your boundaries. Your golden years are a precious gift, time to cherish what truly matters. Whether it's the love of family, the companionship of friends, or the quiet moments of contentment, release the need to fix or accommodate those who drain you. Embrace the people and experiences that uplift you. Life is far too precious to waste on relationships that fail to nourish your soul. Share your reflection. Remember, your happiness is your responsibility, and your peace is your legacy. By thoughtfully choosing who to invite into your life, you create a sanctuary of love, respect, and fulfillment, a space where you can truly thrive. Let go of what no longer serves you, and savor every moment of your beautiful journey. Your peace and well-being are the gifts you owe yourself. Thank you for joining us on this journey of spiritual encouragement and guidance. We've covered a lot about faith, God's presence, and how to embrace His love through life's challenges. What have you learned so far from these messages? Share one thing you'll practice in your life below this video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more uplifting content. Thank you for your support, and may God bless you abundantly.